The M3 is alive. She's alive. Replace that with a better clamp because that was leaking a lot and starting to get pretty annoying. So yeah, we're good. Regulator's all hooked up from bottom to top. Now it just needs to get adjusted properly, which would take 2 seconds. I need to check that filter. I need to mess with LEDs on my little bash cluster. I need to realign my hood and stuff. I'm pretty sure that's going to fix my power steering pump leak, because for a while I thought it was something else. I thought it was like the O-rings going bad again. But turns out it was just that little clamp. I'm going to mess with my clutch line, lights in my cluster, clean up my engine bay. I got my little GoPro. It's not the best of quality, but it will definitely get those angles that I couldn't get before that are going to help me a lot and help me see my flames, my hot boy flames. I might do that tonight, maybe not. Alright, so something really weird is happening. It's just staying at 33 with no check valve. This is interesting. Before it would always just drop straight to 0 really fast. Maybe I had a leak that whole time, like on the inside of my tank. Huh. That line didn't last long. So sad.
Round 2, fight. Or 3, 4, something like 5. I don't remember anymore.
Considering it pulled off like that, with the clamps on really tight, that's it. That could have been my issue. Could have just been blown by the clamps, I guess. Got a new hose on there. That should last longer, hopefully. Go ahead and see if it wants to be cool. That's better. Okay. Currently on the way to Zach's. Gonna try to replace a ball joint that is apparently going really bad on my driver's side, my front driver's side. Zach's the taillights in front of me. What's going on over here? Still trying to get rid of that leak with a bunch of JB Weld. JB Weld the world, you know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying, belly dog? About to go to Dollar General real quick so I can get some Monster and some munchies. You know, the stuff I need to live. But first... Damn, Teggy. You got something to say, don't you? Are you trying to pump up your tires?
Yeah, eventually.
Eventually? Heck yeah. Alright. Cool. I'm gonna try to do some front wheel drive Teggy skids in this thing. I'm gonna try to set up my camera on this. Kinda don't trust it up here, especially if I'm skidding around. I don't want it to fall. I would hate myself. And it probably would not survive that. Despite all the falls it has survived. I don't really want to test my luck. What a beautiful moment this is, if I do say so myself. She starts up on her own now. Didn't need any help from Teggy. Oh yeah. That sounds good. I like this exhaust better. This is the one that came off the 328. This is the first time I've heard this thing idle. It sounds really good. I mean, it's not the S52, yeah, but, you know, the M3 is alive. She's alive. And a vape god. Oh, yes.
Oh, we still got some seafoam in there, too.
Or a vape goddess. Oh, yeah, you put a lot of seafoam in here. That's probably what's going on here. We're all set up. Hopefully this thing doesn't fall. If it does, it's not going to have that hard of a fall at least, but it can probably hurt my camera still. we're all hooked up. I'd be really surprised if this fell. And very sad. Got a bunch of stuff in my car. Always gotta buckle up. Me and Zach making faces at each other. That was a good one. She gets it. Don't ever say you can't skid around a front wheel drive. She damn sure can. This does not feel good. Sure, these high sidewall tires love this. I hate all these bumps. Chasing a horse. I'm gonna go ahead and set up my tripod before I end up running out of battery or memory if I haven't already. Run this thing sideways a little bit. She is getting a little nasty. Looks a lot more nasty in person. Oh. There it is. Nice and muddy. Looks way worse in person. I might make a new intro out of that maybe, or something. Now I got mud everywhere. Probably all up in my engine bay too. It's like muddy. Not muddy enough. One day it'd be cool to have this thing covered in mud. Get it out here. She definitely gets it. Pro 4-banger, non-turbo, non-VTEC. Definitely getting my fun out of this thing. I gotta admit, this thing feels super loose. Like the ball joints and everything. One day it'll be nice to have solid everything. Solid spherical links, tie rods, ball joints, solid mounts, solid everything. That'd be nice. I'm sorry, Teggy. Oh yeah. Mud everywhere. This is what I get for not having a little mud flap guard right here behind my tire. I've actually had a pebble fly up through this little hole where this dirt can fly through. I've had a pebble fly up and crack my windshield. It's actually still cracked a little bit. Right there. Well, you can't really see that. Oh, yeah, kinda. It's a crack. Oh, Teggy, look at you. Yeah, she got a little dirty. Compared to what I'm used to, I'm sure if you're like some guy with a mud truck, yeah, I'm sure you're used to a lot more mud than this, but I usually keep her pretty clean. It's nice you know, slinging some dirt every now and then. Like I said, it'd be cool to get this thing covered in mud one day somehow. Teggy's looking kind of good. Always looking kind of good. Looks like you're in some 90s street magazine, Teggy. Both doors open, hood open, wheels turned a little bit. You got it all right now, huh? One day it would be cool to get a skid plate down here so it's not so open. Have like a splitter and skid plate that goes all the way back. That'd be awesome. I could go mudding all day. Low key would be really cool to make an off-road Teggy. Get a lift kit on it, big tires, fat turbo, built internals. This thing would be gnarly. All-wheel drive. Get the four-wheel drivetrain out of a CRV or something like that. That'd be awesome. I mean, Teggys did come four-wheel drive in other countries. The DB9, I think, but it came single overhead cam. I'm honestly really curious on what single overhead cam though. Was it like a D series or something, or some other weird series that I don't know about? I love that switch. I honestly could wire that switch. Like, I don't even have to rewire anything. I can just pull out the wire that's like in the post thing. If you watch my last video, you've seen how I installed that. My fuse board has a little post. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know if I'm even aimed on it or whatever. My fuse board down there has a little 12-volt post you can tap off of, and some of them are constant power. Some only have power whenever you turn on the key. So realistically, I didn't have to wire a switch. I could have just wired that wire straight to an inline fuse and wired that inline fuse straight to the accessory power. So I could just turn my key and then my fan would automatically turn on and I wouldn't have to worry about a switch. But, you know, race car. Honestly, it is kind of nice being able to keep my fan on after my car is off. So it is kind of convenient being able to just turn it on with no key. Because, you know, race car. This thing's obviously race car. I mean, dude. Race car. 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 Super race car. Ultra race car. Obviously, I have everything it takes to be a race car, so you know. Honda gang, hey, get at me, boy. Know what I'm saying? Hey, man, this thing would beat your Mustang any day. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing but horsepowers all day up in here. A whole 150 or so. Know what I'm saying? You know, be running them nights. Know what I'm saying? And I'm also blessed in Japanese. Know what I'm saying? But did you even die? Know what I'm saying?
What'd you say?
Waiting for Zach to do skids. I know he placed his phone there for a reason. Unless he just dropped it like that perfectly. You hear that? So much lag.
Zach, what's up, everybody? We're going on. Today we're gonna walk outside.
Yes. Oh my god. She's alive. Oh, there's a shadow. I captured that. Alright guys, I guess that's gonna be it for this vlog. Kinda wanted to do more. Planned on doing more. I was gonna replace my ball joint at Zach's and all that good stuff, but as you can see, I'm home now. It's actually been a couple days since I last actually updated this vlog. Sadly, I'm back at it again. I honestly just ordered a camber kit for the Teggy because, you know, I'm gonna slam it and give it massive camber. You know what I'm talking about? But, you know, I'm gonna be like super hot boy. You know what I'm saying? Slammed, cambered out completely, stuck in parking lots and stuff. You know, I probably wouldn't even be able to get into it in the first place. No, I'm just kidding. I do want to slam it and max out the camber just to see what it looks like. I'm not even going to dare to drive it at all, especially because I'd probably be doing it at Zach's. Even if I did it here, I probably wouldn't even be able to back out of my driveway. But just to see what it looks like, I just want to slam it with massive camber, and I just want to see. But I got the camber kit because I actually have too much camber, and I don't have tires necessarily made for camber. They're like the cheapest tires I could find at Walmart, the Solar 4x5s or something like that. Yeah, cheap compound and all that, not really made for a lot of camber, especially considering they're 60 sidewalls. So yeah, I'm gonna get new tires eventually, probably like the 45 sidewall. Kind of want a little bit of stretch, so I might go like 195. I don't like a ton of stretch. I mean, sometimes I see cars with a lot of stretch, and there's a limit, obviously, but sometimes I like it. It's just, if it looks good, it looks good. But I'm going for total function with this car, which is why I'm getting this camber kit, because I'm killing my tires right now. I got so much tread I'm not riding on, and like I said, they're a cheap compound. They're like the cheapest tire I could find at Walmart. So not too long ago, they decided to start whining really, really loud. So now I have really loud tire whine, because they're not made for camber and they're 60 sidewall. But yeah, the camber kit will be here soon. I was gonna wash my car because it's kind of dirty. I want to keep it dirty though because it looks good. But I'm probably not gonna wash it until after I install my ball joint and camber kit. Which, by the way, this camber kit is also by DNA Motoring, which is the same company I got my coilovers from. DNA Motoring, they don't seem to be that very well known. They don't seem to be the best, but they are most definitely not the worst. I mean, honestly, for their prices, the quality really isn't that bad. These coilovers are awesome. They've been holding up. They look good. So I'm going to have a DNA camber kit on my car, along with a DNA lowering kit. But yeah, I guess until I, get my camber kit and do all that, that's when I'm going to install my ball joint. I realized the ball joint that's going out on me is the one I never replaced. I forgot I never replaced it. That's why I have a spare ball joint that is brand new. We got the first one in on the passenger side, which was the one that was more screwed up originally. And then after we got that one in, we said, screw it, we're not doing anymore. I'm done, which I should have, because that's probably why this one's going out so bad now, because the more solid, newer, and better ball joint on the passenger side is kind of pushing over on the driver's side. And that would explain why my driver's side has way more camber than my passenger side. Yeah, that makes sense. So I'm going to replace this ball joint, and eventually I'm going to get some really nice like K-tune ball joints or something good. Something that can handle dirt road abuse and shenanigans and stuff like that. I'm going to put a good couple bucks into a pair here soon. Some spherical ball joints. Not sure what brand yet, but I'm going to get them. Along with spherical racing tie rods. I need a traction bar too. That would be nice. Because the way this front wheel drive setup is on my car, you just kind of have like two ball joints that are both getting a bunch of torque on them, and if one's messed up a little bit more than the other, you got that side pulling more than this side, and it's just kind of like, and even if they are even, when you pull, especially if you got a lot more horsepower than the chassis is meant to have, you'll have the whole front end just kind of lift up and pull. If you got enough horsepower, you'll make it pull and rub the front of your bumper. A traction bar will control that. It'd be nice to have. And I need a good rear sway bar for my subframe brace. I know people get those braces for the sway bar so they can actually use the sway bar on the car. The brace kind of holds the bigger sway bar in there, the aftermarket sway bar. And I got it just for the brace because it looks cool. I thought it was going to stiffen up my car, but then I'm realizing that it is definitely not doing that because my car feels like a trailer. It sways really bad. And the reason I would have put my stock sway bar back on, I figured that I was able to still use it with the aftermarket lower control arms and brace and tie bar and all that stuff. But I realized it wouldn't fit on my lower control arms, so I couldn't use the sway bar. So here soon I'm going to get the aftermarket one that's actually meant for that brace. I might as well get the whole kit and
get a beefier sway bar for the front too. I want to go the whole 9 yards eventually here soon. Solid bushings, spherical joints, you know, race car stuff. So stay tuned for the next vlog when I get my camera kit and try to replace that busted ball joint and maybe wash my dirty car. And we'll see what Zach's doing with the M3 too. I think I said it all. So thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned. Peace.